So today I wanted to look at this third brake light. A few people have said recently that they've got some LEDs out and so they want to change it. So I thought we'd have a look and see what's involved in removing it and getting it off so that you can fit a new one back in there. So I'll mention both Emerald Oracle and Crown Swill, 2 subscribers that have specifically requested this video. So guys, this one's for you primarily, but for everyone else as well. So let's crack on. So just like when we did the rear wiring loom, what we're going to do is remove some of these panels because I'm guessing the light's going to be fixed in from behind here. So then just to recap the fixings on that panel piece, the side kind of on the right hand side of the car, you've got that big clip there that you can see, and then coming along you've got these other clips and pins here, just the same as when we did that wiring loom. That one stayed in position, and then at the other end obviously we've got these points which, if you remember, they slid in. So as you kind of take it off, you then slide the whole thing this way and away it comes. So now inside, with that piece removed, what we can actually see is that there's a fixing right there. And then over on the other side, we've got exactly the same, just in there also. So I'm not sure if there's going to be any more fixings kind of over here under this bit, and the same over on the other side as well. But what I'm going to do for now, I think, is just start by removing these 2 little nuts, this one and this one, and then we'll see if that gives us any leeway, shall we say, and we're able to move it, flex it from the top. So these fixings are just an 8mm nut, so I've just got a little extension socket piece on there. We're just getting out. They're not tight at all by the feel of it. There we go. So with those 2 nuts removed, let's have a look, see if it feels like it's going to do anything. So just as I'm pulling it there, I just felt a little kind of pop, as though it just come off a popper or something. So you can see there's a lot of flex in it. Over on the other side, you just hear it kind of pull away from what sounded like a few pins there. It does feel like it's still fixed though, over on this corner or on this end and over on that end. So what I think we'll do is just take this piece off, and then we'll be able to look in there, see if there is a third fixing, and if there is, there's going to be another one at that end as well. Okay, so I've taken this bit of panelling off. Obviously it goes in behind this section first, so not wanting to bother taking this off, I've just kind of pulled it forward so I can have a look. But I couldn't see anything, there didn't seem to be any fixings. So then I thought maybe I'm being an idiot, and I just took off this rubber bung at the top there, and you can see there's a third fixing in there. So I'm going to take that one off, do the same over the other side over there, and then that should hopefully release the assembly. So let's get these other 10mm nuts off. Okay, great. So with those 4 nuts now released, let's have a feel and see what it feels like. Okay, straight away you can see it looks like it's ready to come away. Yeah, so the whole thing is loose. So obviously we've got the cabling going in here, and I think it's the wash squirter as well, isn't it? So I'm going to have a look, see if I can get some slack on that, and then we'll be able to just have a look how this is actually fixed in to the spoiler piece. Okay, so just while I'm trying to get some of this slack, what I've done is just popped out these couple of fixings here, just using this panel removal tool, so that kind of just goes in behind it. And what I've been able to do is pop those right out, so we've not cracked the clips or anything like that, because they're these ones with the built-in cable ties, so they'll go straight back in. They didn't really give too much slack, so what I've actually done is have to take off this piece here. It's slightly different to the one over on the right hand side, because you've got that bit where this panel piece slides behind it, so you've got an extra clip in there. So I've just removed that, and then what we've got now, just where the cabling comes along here, there's an extra kind of fixing here. If I take the camera off, we'll have a look. So you can just see there's this kind of, I'm not really sure what it is, how it's held on, but it's on there quite tight. I'm guessing it's just going to be some sort of clip. So I'm just going to remove that, pull that off, and then that might give us just a little extra bit of slack, so we can just get enough to turn the spoiler over on the top of the car. Okay, so we've got about as much slack as I'm going to get for now. So let's have another go, see if we can get this away and either turn it over so it kind of rests on top of the car that way, or if not, we'll see if it can turn over and come over this way. Okay, so there's actually just enough slack that I've been able to turn it all the way over so it's kind of resting flat on the glass. Obviously it'd be much better to get a cloth or something there, but then what we can see that we'll be able to just to release, there we go, if I do that, that's better, just comes out of there, that gives us a bit more slack. And then we've got a plug there for the rear light, so I'm guessing we can remove that. And then this is the hose for the washer, so I'm going to put the camera back on a tripod and we can look at getting them off. Okay, so with the plug, it looks like what we've got is just a little small clip at the bottom, so I'm just going to lift that up slightly and try and pull it away. If I can do it at the same time while I'm holding the camera. And there we go, just straightforward. Looking at the hose for the rear squirter, I'm not sure how this is fixed on, whether I can just pull it off. It's just a little rubber seal on there or something. I think what I'll do, I'll have a look, because it looks like it might be this assembly kind of pulls forward or something like that. Realistically, I'm guessing if we're only changing the light unit, I'm guessing, looking at it, we've got a couple of screws, 2 fixings there that we'd be able to then remove and take it away. That would get us out, but it would be nice at the same time, I think, if we can take the spoiler section off, and then what we'll be able to do is have a real good clean up in here too. Okay, so I've not been able to work out how this comes off. It looks like when you move this bit, you can actually see kind of the eyelet, shall we say, the sprayer bit actually moves. So it looks like it's all one unit. It looks like maybe it is clipped in, because you can just see kind of that little barb where it goes in there, but I'm not going to force it too much. Maybe if you know how it comes off, you can put a comment down below in the comments and let us know so that we can take it off. But for now, what I'm going to do is just concentrate on removing the light itself. So we've just got 2 fixings here, 2 Phillips. So I'm just going to release them, and hopefully that should allow us to remove this bar light. Okay, so these screws are just simply 2 little machine screws. So I've got both of them out. Now the light, I believe, is free, so I'm just gonna see what it feels like, see if it wants to come away. It's just sliding away, there we go, and the whole thing's away now. Okay, brilliant. So there's the unit. It's come away kind of as a whole, all in one kind of piece. It looks like a sealed unit, pretty much, I'm guessing. You might be able to pop it off. Looks like ours has actually got a little crack in there. I'm guessing that's maybe happened from, who knows, maybe using the ice scraper on a frosty morning or something. Looking at the details there, I think we've got some part numbers maybe there that comes into focus. You might be able to take that off the screen or something like that if you're looking to order a new one. But yeah, that's the unit, that's it away. That's the electrical connection, the plug where it goes on there. You can just about see that. Bit of sealant all the way around it, and that's it. So we'll give this a clean up. Back up on the top of the car, you can see I did put a cloth in there, obviously, just to stop it, because it's paint on paint. We don't want that scratching up. So now what we can do is just have a good clean up. You can see actually, look, there's a couple of little bits of the lens where it's taken a bashing before at some stage. So I think what we'll do, we'll just obviously get them out of the way, give this all a good clean up, everything right in here, and then we can look to put it back together. So just while it's still off the car, I thought we'd just have a look at the fixings as we always do. So we can see we've got the 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th fixing where the nuts were fixed on. And then when I kind of lifted it up first, and it felt like it was popping off a couple of fixings, obviously we've got the clip, 1 clip there, there's another clip there, and then it's just the 3rd one here as well. So pretty much they come away really easily. There was no effort in taking them off. It was just, as you kind of pulled the spoiler up a little bit, they just come away. So that was it, just those fixings. And obviously these are the points where the light bar fixes into. You can see I've cleaned it up a little bit. It's not perfect, but it goes away. It's freezing outside, so I'm not going to spend too long on this, but yeah, let's get this back on now. So with it in place like that, what I'm going to do is just put a bit of pressure, just push it down, just so that those clips click in, and that should hold it in place. So now what we can do, hopefully, is open the boot. And now we can get these 4 fixings back on. And then before I go too far, what I want to do is just check, make sure that the brake light's still working and we haven't compromised anything. So that's looking really good, so I'm happy with that. Okay, so now I'm just going to get the rest of these bits of trim back on. I'm going to start with this one, and then I'm going to come down and do this side, and then we can get that last bit on in the middle there. So when putting this bit of panelling back on as well, remember from when we did the wiring loom video, this end has to go in first. It slots in behind these bits over here. So just make sure that's aligned up first. And then obviously our 3 pins, 1, 2, 3, will go into the 3 receiving points. And then obviously up this end is where you've got that clip, which is where it just plugs in to that last receiving hole there. So let's see if I can do this all on camera, this last bit. We'll just get these bungs back in as well. So just one on each side, one here and one on the other side. So there we go, hopefully that's been useful, in particular for Crown Swill. But as it's coming up to Christmas, I thought I'd say hello to another couple of subscribers as well, in particular Ashish and Dran, and also Isaac Badu, Black Angel and Shola McGregor. You're always commenting on the video, so I really appreciate it. Thanks for the interaction. So for now, hopefully that's been useful. If you've enjoyed it, hit like down below. If you haven't done so already, remember to hit subscribe coming up here now. Really appreciate you taking the time to watch the videos. It really means a lot to me. So thanks very much. Have a great Christmas, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.